Okay, so if you are watching this, you probably found it on the YouTube channel, and that YouTube channel is called The Bowman Guy. Now, as I'm moving around the classroom here and grabbing markers and things like that, I want to give you a quick update and a reminder about the math lesson that we did in class today. First of all, the math homework was, as we called it, reteaching, and it's going to be 1-8. That means Chapter 1, Lesson 8. It covers integers, multiplication, division of integers, and the rules with them. It's a pretty low-tech assignment tonight for the first startup on it. But there are 14 questions. You are responsible for all of them. If your parents are watching this video with you, that means, yes, you go to Google Drive, you find the document, you open it up, and you do the work or answer the questions on a piece of paper. Then you come back to class, and we're going to go over it, discuss it, record it, score it, and then at that point, I'll ask you to take a picture of it, and you're going to send it to me, okay? Now, that can be done with a phone, a tablet, your Chromebook, camera, anything you want to work with device-wise that is easiest for you. You can even download a free app like Cam Scanner on a phone and do that. That works for my older son when he takes his classes and is able to submit stuff to high school like that to the teachers. You can send that to me via email. It's pretty simple. Now, the lesson in class today is the following. Integers. And there's a few rules. We gave you a few really wacky, silly examples in class about this, but essentially the rules went over for multiplication and division of integers, and we started there because those rules are really simple and straightforward. For example, a positive number, when you multiply it or divide it by another positive number, is going to give you a positive answer. This is your same old usual stuff of 2 times 3 equals 6. Okay, so that's what you're experienced with, that's what you're normal with, things don't change. Gets a little different. A negative times a negative, or if you divide a negative, is going to give you a positive. So what you're telling me, Bowman, is that 2 wrongs make a right. Well, if that helps you remember it that way, sure, possibly. Hey, who knows? Okay, so yes, if I had a negative 2, and I times it by a negative 2, I would get a positive 4. Now notice something about my writing here. In this case, I used a dot. In this case, I used a parentheses side by side, both representing multiplication. We are no longer in 6th grade this year, of course, to be seeing the x. Why? Because it looks too much like a variable. And we will be using variables heavily in class this year as we get into those units for inequalities and algebraic functions and expressions. So our last one, of course, brings this one. So you come down to a negative times a positive always equals a negative. So you get something along the lines of negative 2 times 3 still equals a negative 6. The example that I gave you about the punch bowl at the party, you walk to the punch bowl looks amazing, it looks good, it looks so fresh, you're hot from dancing and you need a drink, and you get your cup and you reach the punch bowl and you notice, ew, there's something floating in the punch bowl. That's negative. And that whole bowl of punch then becomes a negative. You're like, ew, grody, I don't want to do that. So a positive times a negative gives you a negative. These 3 rules are gone over on the top of the reteaching page for the homework. If you need a refresher, look at that. If you want to look at this, you can as well. The big joke from my YouTube channel is smash that subscribe button and the like button. Actually, I don't really care. But if some of these videos help you at some point, that'll be useful for you. Again, email me if you have a question. You have the email. It'll probably propagate itself when you go into your Google Drive and start typing it. Homework is all on Google Drive. The homework assignment is listed on CavNet. So find it in CavNet, and it's in your Google Drive. It might be under the drives that said shared with me or shared drives, but of course it'll say 6th Bowman on the file. I've added you all as viewers, not as editors, okay? And do the work on paper. Hope this helped a little bit. There'll be lessons as we go on through the year that'll pop up on here as well. And look at that, it's lunchtime. Have a good lunch.